I made a lot of mistakes when I first started lifting. And honestly, most of them probably slowed down my progress by years. But if I had known these 10 simple things, I would have gotten stronger way faster and built my physique way sooner. And today, I'm gonna quickly share with you those exact tips so that it can save you years in the gym. But more importantly, there's a couple mistakes in here that nobody talks about that can either skyrocket your strength or it can get you injured fast. So make sure you stick around to the end. First is supplements. Now, before you roll your eyes, this actually does matter. You see, there's a lot of different opinions from us fitness coaches, but this one is universal. Take creatine monohydrate. This is the #1 supplement for us natural lifters. And what it does is very simple. It's gonna give you that extra 1 to 2 reps in all your lifts. So if you're currently benching 225 pounds for 9, then what it's gonna do is gonna give you the extra rep to get to number 10. And that may not sound like a lot, but over time, those extra reps are gonna compound into real strength. Now, this next tip is where most people completely mess up their workouts. Tip 2, you need to put all your focus into your first working set. This is what we're gonna call your PR set, which stands for your personal record set. Whatever you did last session, your goal is simple. You're gonna add a little more weight, or you're gonna do 1 extra rep. And if you hit a PR every single session, even small ones, you will get stronger over time. It's that simple, but only if you don't make this next mistake. Number 3, do not rush your progress. And I learned this the hard way. If you're a beginner or an intermediate in the gym, as long as you're adding a little bit of weight compared to the last time, you're doing completely fine. Progress as slowly as possible, because even if your muscles are getting stronger, your ligaments, your tendons, your joints, they're not growing at the same rate that your muscles are. I made this mistake training my wife. When she first started, she was squatting just the bar for reps. And within 1 year, she got up to over 225 pounds on her squat. And that sounds great. But the thing is that her tendons, her ligaments, her connective tissues didn't have the time to build up. And so even though her form was really good, she started experiencing pain in her lower back. And one day it finally just gave in and she hurt herself. And to this day, she is still managing that lower back pain. So if last week you squatted 135 pounds for 10, and then this week you squatted 137.5 for 10, that is still a win. And it's fine if that last rep wasn't even to failure, because the thing is that you still did just a little more than last time. So use this time to perfect your form, and your joints, they're gonna thank you. This next tip can determine whether or not you're gonna hit a PR or not. Tip number 4, properly warm up. If you overdo your warm-ups, you're gonna fatigue early. And if you don't warm up at all, then you're not gonna be ready. So what I do and what I have my clients do is we do something called a Submax warm-up. It's very simple. You're gonna work up to 90% of your 1 rep max. And you're just gonna do that for 1 rep. So if you can squat 300 pounds, you're gonna warm up to 270 for just 1. And then you drop down to your actual working sets, which should be around 70 to 80% of your 1 rep max. And what this is gonna do, it's gonna make your working set feel a lot lighter, and you're gonna feel a lot more confident going into your working set. And you've probably already experienced this before, where you lift something heavy, and then you go a little lighter, and then all of a sudden it just feels amazing. It's kind of like that moment from Naruto where Rock Lee took off his ankle weight, and all of a sudden he was just flying all over the room. You're almost tricking your body to perform better. But even if you do everything right so far, this next mistake can still hold you back. Number 5, rest days matter. There's 2 main ways to getting stronger. The first way is you go to the gym and you work hard. The second way is you go home, you eat, and you sleep, and you recover from your workouts. There's a fine balance here. That's why nobody benches every single day and gets stronger long term. So make sure you rest at least 2 days before going into the same lift again. And I actually recommend resting 3 to 4 days. And on your rest days, if you wanna go do something, then go do something low impact, like go walking. That's exactly what I do on my rest days. Number 6, your exercise selection matters a lot more than you think. This might upset some people, but not every exercise is worth doing. What you need to do is you need to pick exercises that are safe to progress on. And that's why I don't have most of my clients do heavy barbell squats or heavy deadlifts. The risk to reward ratio just isn't there for most people, because when you perform those kind of exercises and you're pushing really hard, the moment your form breaks down, you are at risk to get injured. So instead of a barbell squat, for example, you can do a hack squat instead. And on the hack squat, you can actually push basically all the way to failure, or literally just shy of failure, without that much risk of getting hurt compared to the barbell squat. So don't be too obsessed with the big three: bench press, deadlift, and squats. Make sure you pick something that is safe for you, because the thing is in the gym, those that can train the longest without getting hurt, these are the people who will see the most progress. Now, once you have the right exercises, this next variable will determine if you get strong or not. Number 7 is you have to train in a rep range that's gonna promote strength gains. You can't be training in super high reps, like doing reps of 50. So if you can bust out 50 push-ups, that's awesome, but you're not in the rep range where you're actually getting much stronger. So to this day, I still recommend the 6 to 8 rep range. It's not too high and it's not too low where you're entering the powerlifting territory. And when you get strong in this rep range, you are going to look strong. If you can dumbbell press 125 pounds for 6 to 8 reps, you are going to look the part. And no, you don't have to do 6 to 8. You can do 5 reps. Thing is that the lower reps you go, the heavier you have to go, and hence the higher risk of injury. So now that we have your rep range taken care of, this next part is also just as important. Number 8 is prioritize your rest time. If your goal is to get stronger in the gym, that means that when you go hit the weights, your goal is not to do cardio. So you're not supposed to be resting 1 minute before you go into your next working set. So let's say you hit 10 reps on your first set, and then you only rest 1 minute. Chances are you're gonna get maybe 5 reps, maybe 6 on that second set. But if you prioritize rest and you rest about 3 to 4 minutes, then on that second set, you might get 8 or 9 reps. And the last time I checked, a set of 10 and 9 is a lot better than a set of 10 and 6. And that's gonna also compound over time. Now this next one, it's a little boring and most people don't know about it, but it's the reason that I've been able to stay mostly injury-free for most of my lifting career. Number 9 is mobility work. Yes, it's boring, it looks boring, nobody wants to do it. I didn't do it myself for years. But as you get stronger, and also as you age, your body needs the mobility to stay healthy. In my first few years of training, I got strong pretty fast. And I started experiencing shoulder problems, knee problems, all because I wasn't addressing my mobility. So since then, I've been doing exercises like external rotations. And because of that, I've been able to do my pressing movements for over 10 years without any serious issues. So don't skip mobility, because if you do, your body will eventually force you to do it. Or worse, you get hurt and you have a huge setback. Now finally, this last one, it ties everything together. So even if you're doing every single thing I just said, if you are not eating enough or getting enough protein, you're not gonna see a real potential of strength gains. The rule here is very simple. You don't want to be cutting when your goal is strength. It's extremely hard to build strength when your body just doesn't have the fuel to do so. Now, as you drop weight, you're gonna see that you're gonna get stronger in body weight movements like push-ups. But the thing is, you're getting stronger in those movements because the total weight becomes less. So you're literally lifting less weight as you lose weight. So this is what you're gonna do. At the very least, eat at maintenance. The best case scenario is to have a slight bulk. You can add an extra 100, 200 calories. That's where your best strength gains are going to occur, because you can't build strength without giving your body the resources that it needs to do so. So follow these 10 tips. I assure you that you will get stronger. It's really not overcomplicated. People just overthink things and they ignore basics. And once you do these simple things consistently, you're gonna build a physique that most people never achieve. So thanks for watching, guys. If you like this content, don't forget to subscribe, and you can watch my next video right here, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.